Hello Internet, James Allen from Out of 8, and today I'm playing survival platform game Darkout. Features randomly generated maps where you try to gather resources to build things and survive in a hostile environment full of shadows. First thing you can do is create a character, which is what I'm going to do. So there we go. And green. And set your difficulty level. So create a character. And then you can create a new randomly generated world. And determine the size and then randomize the seed for it. So we'll create the world and then see what we can get out of it. The game adds an extra step into gathering resources where you can't directly take gathered resources and then place them on the map. You have to refine them first, which seems kind of unnecessary. There isn't anything gained in the program by adding that extra thing into the environment here. So the first step is to get everything from your little craft vessel, and then you can farm it for experience. As you do things in the game world, you will gain experience, and that will or research points, and then you can research things over here once you have the prerequisites, and there's a whole bunch of stuff to build. First thing you need to do is, and this is an unfortunate spawn position because there's a lake right next to me, is to build a, yeah, I'm gonna die. So, first thing you need to do is build a shelter. So that was actually a really bad spawn point, but here we go, this will be better. So we need to get some wood. So if you have it on auto here in the skill bar in the bottom, it will automatically pick the best action for what the mouse is on, which is pretty nifty. And we're going to use this wood to build our first shelter. Gather all these plants for research purposes. Alright, this should be pretty decent. And I'm going to kind of build it over here. So I need to craft some resources, need to get some wood, basically just max out my wood. So you can see there's an extra step. You have to go from logs to wood, and then once you do that, you can use the wood to make a couple of doors. Going to make some blocks, maybe like 60 blocks. If you mouse off of it, it unselects your selection, which is kind of annoying, especially with how touchy I have my mouse settings. And then we need to have some back walls. We'll kind of do that. There we go. Alright. I think I might have used up all my locks. And then we go to your inventory. Another part of the inventory that really needs some work is if you drag and then miss the drop, it'll just deposit it on the game world, which is really annoying. Like, so, you know, there's definitely some work that needs to be done with that aspect of the game. When you have these mouse positions, the top one's the left mouse button and the bottom one's the right mouse button. So let me just start laying down my my stuff here. You can build things, but they have to touch the ground first. Alright, come on. There we go. Again, it's really touchy about when you can build things. Alright, kind of need to make this fairly large too, which is unfortunate. I actually got a really terrible... oh crap, now I'm dead. A really terrible spawn position. So... because you need to have room for all your buildings inside your shelter. So I'm just going to kind of do this here. We have a couple doors. There you go, and then you can build up your structure. Another confusing thing is that it does right-click for interacting with objects and for placing the object you currently have selected. So there's a lot of times where you just select what you want. And then you can do this little background thing, which never works right. There we go. It's kind of like the back wall, but it doesn't really make spatial sense too much in the game. The enemies in the game, as you can see, there's a little jellyfish there. You have to fend them off with light in order to destroy them, which is kind of interesting. All right, there we go. All right, so let me get my lantern. There we go, 2, and then we'll place it right there and turn it on with the right click. We need to place my combinator, which is unfortunate because my house is too small to place it. So let me try to shift click. There we go. So let me actually place that first, as far over as I can do it. We'll turn it on. And I'll place the lantern where I can. There we go. Alright, so this thing combines things, as the name implies. I also need to get a furnace and a couple other structures here. So I'm relatively safe for right now. I think I'm going to equip my glowtorch. There's a misclick. Equip my glowtorch down here. So when I'm on the default thing and I right click, although not on an object, another thing with the interface, it'll whip out my glowtorch. And of course, if you have your mouse on that, instead of striking an enemy with that, it interacts with the object, which in the heat of battle is a real problem, to be quite honest. There's also some flares. I'll probably use those when I start mining. So let's see if I can research stuff. Here's my crafting menu, and here's my research. Could do a glass jar. So we'll do a research rubber. It has a little research queue and also a crafting queue, so it'll do stuff over time. You can research actually from anywhere in the game world. You don't have to do it from the world here. Now when you go to this part and you start seeing some of these more advanced components and devices, the game does give you decent tooltips on what's required to do basic items, but for things like a lot of these bars, it says it requires a furnace right there in the tooltip, but then you're like, okay, well, what's a furnace? What requires a furnace? It won't tell you until you accidentally gather the resources required to make the furnace, which is really annoying. And I don't have enough tin bars. In order to get a tin bar, to get a sword, I need to have a furnace, and the game doesn't tell you what you need to get a furnace. So basically, you kind of have to blindly mill around the environment and try to find what you need in order to get a furnace. Alright, so let's just start digging for resources here. Ah. You can see I beat that guy up with the thing there. My health isn't doing so hot, so I'm going to do my little small healing syringe here. There we go. Alright, start digging. Oh, there's some stuff right there I could use. If you mouse over it long enough, it'll tell you what's at that spot. So there's some copper, so that's pretty useful. You can see it automatically switches between the shovel and the pickaxe. That's pretty nice. And then every time you do stuff, it gives you resource points. So, all right, let me do a flare here. There you go. I'm just going to kind of dig down to those things. Actually, I wanted a torch, didn't I? I do want some torches. Alright. Leave me alone. Alright, so I do want some torches. Let's see if I remember which menu that's on. Lights. There we go. So it uses up... So we'll just make as many as I can. So I got 45 torches. That's actually what I wanted, not the flare. Alright. So there we go. So now I'll be able to see. Eventually in the game, the shadows will create enemies, and then, like I said earlier, you have to beat them up with light-based weapons. You start out with a little gun over here that'll shoot glowing bullets, which will harm them, obviously. So I'm going to just head towards the little glowing stuff. You know, and this is basically the game. It's mining, it's building stuff, researching things, and, you know, just kind of leveling up. As I alluded to before, the interface is not the greatest because you can misclick objects. Again, for all the tooltips that it does give you, it doesn't explain how to get some certain key objects. It's one of those things where you have to go online and try to figure out what's going on. Let's try to mine over to all this glowing stuff. Another torch. I do like how the game puts a big emphasis on the darkness. That's pretty neat, where the darkness spawns the enemies and stuff, so that's somewhat unique. And there are a decent number of items to craft, although unable. Oh, come on. Place my torch. There we go. Although it's not as much as like an Asteria, something like that. Plus, the game has some stability issues and like things that I mentioned earlier that could be more fleshed out in the user interface. Honestly, it feels a little bit more like a beta than a release version, and I just kind of screwed myself a little bit. So there's a little opening over here on the side. Get some copper. Oh, okay, that was bad. Shoot. Oh, I'm in a cave. Yeah, that's cool. I like that, please. Can I mine it? You know, it gives you decent amount of resources when you find them. The key is just finding them. Like in one of the games, I had a terrible time. Ugh, I just want to place a torch. There you go. Finding tar, which is one of the key resources you need to like progress in the game. So that made it a little bit more difficult to survive. And you can definitely kill yourself fairly easily, although there isn't much of a penalty for death. I needed to build a bed. That's one thing I forgot to do. I'm going to use all my torches here in a bit. There. Dig deeper. Go after those shiny things. research stuff here. There's copper bar, so we'll research that. So we'll need that. That's about it for right now. And I haven't found the magical requirement for getting the furnace, so see if I can actually get back up to my area. I'm gonna go with no. Well, except I can place dirt to help me back up. If I could put, there we go, so 9 right click. Let's see. Alright. Wish you could kind of hold an object while you build. Oh yeah, right click, there we go. Alright. There we go. I'm just going to kind of destroy my thing here. There we go. So at least you can place dirt. Come on. Unfortunately, I don't think I have room for a bed. Which is too bad. I do have enough stuff for it. Let's see. I could do some tin bars. I don't know what that symbol is. What is that? Scrap metal? I can do some copper bars. Oh, but I need a furnace. And I need a furnace. That's right. I used up all my wood. I do have my bed, but I can't place it anywhere. And I dropped it. Alright, so... I might try to make a dirt house. I'm trying to... Oh, see if I can... There we go. Alright, can I place my bed there? No, guess you have to do it inside. And I just dropped it. Where did it go? Alright. Again, the problems with having a small house is you can't put a bed. Bed just acts as your spawn point, so... And I don't have room for a furnace either. Not that I can, you know, do anything with it. I accidentally placed a thing of dirt in my house. Because I right-clicked. Trying to open the door. Alright, let's see. Okay. Sure. Let's see if I can just get some more wood here and build another house with a bed in it. You know, I like the way that the auto action works. That's really neat, but the whole right click for performing an action and interacting with objects, it binds too many controls to a single button. And it ends up really hurting you more than it helps you to complete the game. Alright, let's try to get some more stuff here. So, make some wood. 144. Building. Wood block. I'm just going to max it out. Alright. Oh, good. So that'll be a whole bunch. Oh,
Rounding up. Answer.
about to get killed by this thing. There we go. Alright, do need a door. Couple doors. Two. There we go. 2 doors. Thank you. Alright. Close that. Finish building my house here. House number 2. Alright. More difficulties placing stuff. Actually, I don't even want to place that yet. Trying to make this as big as I can. Alright, there we go. Come on, house. Alright, finally. Alright, so now I can put my bed in. Here's my bed. Alright. And we got a bunch more stuff ready. Let's see, what do I want? Or what can I do, really? That's what I really want to know. I can't do any of that without a furnace, and it won't tell me how to do a furnace. There's some resource that I need. Alright, well, let's go find it. Die. Alright, let's go. Now it's just a matter of getting lucky and getting whatever that component is for. It's really not copper. For the furnace. I believe it's steel, but I don't remember. Let's go down towards this area. I'm sure that looks like more copper, though. Another thing that you can do once you progress far enough in the game is make circuits. A lot of the more advanced items require electricity, so you have to build generators and then hook everything up with wiring. Why can I not put that there? So that's something else that happens, you know, relatively mid-game, which is not where I'm going to get today, especially if I can't find stuff for the furnace. Also, it's also a little convenient. You can dig 3 blocks at a time. You can toggle that feature too. More copper, yep. Which I don't need. I'm actually kind of surprised I haven't run across any enemies yet. No idea why that's unsuitable for a torch, but whatever. Yay, copper. Oops. Another cave, I guess. Alright, let's see. Oh, finally got some stone. Good. And some coal. I think the coal is what I need. Yeah, I'm kind of in. Oh, there's an enemy. Hello. Oh, one. There we go. Small bug. Down here at the bottom it shows your light level and the darkness level, so it kind of increases or decreases the amount that the enemies spawn. I definitely need to get this stuff here. I don't think I'll be able to get out of here, but I think the coal is what I need. Let me see. Research. Yay, furnace. I need 10 stone, and I have 7. So, finally shows up once you stumble upon your stone. Oh, come on. So it's just a matter of getting the stone, which is not where I'm at. Taking out these stalactites. Looks like it does enough stone for me. Yay, furnace is done. Fuel tank. Basic healing's done, we'll do that too. Basic arrows. These things require stuff I don't have yet till I get my furnace. Let's do glass jar, closet, panels. Alright, so let's try to find my way out of here. We'll heal up a little bit. See if we can get out of here. What's all this stuff? Coal? Yeah. A lot of coal down here. Alright, I think I'm gonna try to dirt this up here. Can't quite make it. I think this is the way to get out though. Almost. Alright, fine. There we go. there's a guy in my freaking house. Well, that's awesome. Two guys in my freaking house. Alright. Hello, fellas. I don't want to place the glowtorch, I want to open the door. Well then. Oh yeah, because I didn't put a lantern in there. Oops. My bad. I want to open the door. There we go. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. Awesome. Wow, those things are strong. I just want to place my furnace, jeez. Somebody forgot to put a lantern in their house. Oh, hey. Yeah, run away. I'm gonna have to use my gun. This isn't working. Fellas. There we go. It's more like it. Alright, so let me get my furnace down. Oh, except I need 10 stone, which I don't have. So you need stone to research it, and then you need the equal amount of stone to actually place it, so awesome. I have a lot more stuff, though, that I can't afford because I don't have a furnace, because I need more stone, which is hard to get. So I think I'm going to call it a day, to be honest. So I like the randomly generated maps. It's fairly involved, nice graphical planet to explore. The interface needs some work. When you select a quantity and then your mouse ventures a centimeter off, it deselects what you had. It's too easy to drop objects instead of placing them in your taskbar. Despite the fact that it shows you the requirements, it doesn't tell you how to make the thing you need for the requirements. Like the furnace, for example, you just kind of have to stumble upon whatever object you need for that. So the extra step required to turn mined resources into regular resources seems very extraneous and unnecessary. I don't have my furnace, so I can't do that. There's no added benefit to doing it, to be honest. There are a lot of things to craft. Between building materials and various devices, you'll need to create more building materials and lights and weapons and suits and armor and all that sort of things, and storage. The research, I kind of like the research system, although I wish it would show a bigger tree of what is available, especially with things that are requirements of other things that you know about. I like how any in-game action you can perform provides research points, so you can level up pretty quickly as long as you can gather the right resources in order to level up. The use of light in the game is fairly interesting, where the enemies will spawn in the darkness and then you can fight them with light, so I think that part of the game is fairly unique. Overall, the game just doesn't seem to be completely finished or fully polished. It seems like more of like a beta of a game, and it was kind of released a little bit before it was completely ready. Now there are plans for additional features and polish as the game goes on. But I think other games in this genre, like Asteria, which I previously did a video for, and a couple of other entries, are a little bit more polished and are a little bit more user-friendly. So that's all I have for today. Till next time, bye now.